there is a real sense of regional cooperation here. And this afternoon as well, we adopted the plan to 2050. Once again, looking for the long term rather than just short-term interests. And that's to a great credit of the Pacific Island Forum leaders who've done a lot of work in the lead up to this conference, and I think it marks a real success going forward. Happy to take questions.
Prime Minister.
How did the leaders receive Australia's pledge to co-host COP with them? Did one nation express more interest than another, and did it come with conditions attached?
Well, they all expressed support for the bid, and you'll see that reflected in the communique. And every nation expressed support. They were very enthusiastic about the idea, because what it will do is to provide a focus on the very real threat that climate change has to our Pacific Island neighbours. For countries like Tuvalu and Kiribati, it's a threat to their very existence. And indeed, in the communique, you'll see that threat mentioned very directly. They were very supportive, and indeed in the communique it is reflected the support of every single one of the island nations' support for our bid for a conference of the parties on climate change to be held with Australia and the Pacific. Of course, the conference itself, the lead up to the COP, consists of a large meeting of the world's leaders, but it also consists of a range of lead-up forums and activities in the year leading up to it. And that's something in which I asked the Pacific Island leaders to think about what contribution they could make, how they could be involved and engaged. And they were very, very interested in doing that. There's time, of course. The decision won't be made until the COP27, which is being held at Sharm el-Sheikh later this year in Egypt, and that will make a decision about where the future conference is in 2024. There are other bidders. My understanding is Germany, for example, is one bidder to host the conference, but I think it really helps Australia's chances of hosting the fact that we have such strong support from the Pacific.